Hi, this is Ben Ivey, the fulfillment artist, and in this video we're going to be diving into how do you deal with rejection. I'm going to give you 8 different ways. The first thing I want to say is if you're in a relationship and you're going through that horrible stage of rejection, and I totally get it, it's one of the worst feelings in the world, but someone said something to me which I think is pretty powerful that I want to share with you. And that is that imagine you go to a restaurant, right? And you don't order the most expensive dish. Does it mean that you reject the most expensive dish? No. Maybe if you reject the most expensive dish, maybe the most expensive dish deserves better. Maybe it deserves someone that really wants to eat the most expensive dish. So the reason that I share this, and I know this is kind of silly, is that you get rejected. Maybe it's because you deserve better. Sometimes we reject things that are expensive. Maybe that expensive thing deserves better. Maybe you deserve so much better. Maybe this is a gift to you because it's a time for you to realize that the relationship that you are in is nothing compared to what you're really worth. Now, the first point that I want to say after that nice little intro is about moving away from being a victim. Because when we experience rejection, often it leads us to feel like a victim. Like, why did this happen to me? This is so unfair. It's happened to me again. You need to move away from that mentality and instead start to take 100% responsibility for your life. Because if you start to take 100% responsibility and say, you know what, this happened. I get that. I chose to be with this person, or I chose to go on this date, or I could have picked anyone and I chose this person. My fault. I take responsibility for the relationship, and now I can do something different. Because if you're in the victim, you're giving them power. My question to you is, do you still want to give your power to that person? If you don't, then I would suggest taking 100% responsibility and helping you shift your life and move it forward. So that's the first thing. Taking 100% responsibility, not soon, but right now. Next, you need to surround yourself with friends, family, people that are around you. Often when this happens, and I totally get it, I mean, when I was younger and I got rejected, I just wanted to wallow, self-pity, listen to sad music, and you just want to spend time by yourself. But that's actually the opposite of what you're meant to do. You want to spend time with other people, understand them, like speak to them, because we often relate. Remember, people often bond on common problems. You tell them their problem, they're like, oh yeah, me too, that's definitely happened to me, and you can bond with them, make yourself feel better. But also, it's a good opportunity for you to focus, on them and do something different, as opposed to, believing in this own story about you being rejected and it's the worst thing that happened. Now, next, you've got to acknowledge both sides. What do I mean by acknowledge both sides? Well, often when relationships break down, it's very easy for us to blame the other partner and say, asshole, he should have never treated me like that. It was all his fault. And we blame the other person. Maybe this doesn't apply to you, maybe it does. You want to acknowledge both sides. Speak to someone else, get a different perspective to help you understand and look at it from alternate points of view. Because remember, if you're playing a football game, as an example, right? And you're playing a football game and you're playing, and then you go off the match, right? You'll see everything from your perspective, but someone in the audience spectating would have seen a very, very different point of view. It's the same in your relationship. Hopefully these perspectives will help you understand the situation more, and maybe you can move away from rejection, because rejection is a pretty horrible word to be, right? Instead of rejection, maybe it's drifting apart. Maybe it's choosing separate paths. That would be perhaps a better way in which to look at it from now on, as opposed to, rejection. Right, next, you want to look into gratitude. It's number 4. So, gratitude every day makes you happy, right? I swear. I mention gratitude in so many videos. If you aren't doing daily gratitude by now, I feel like I failed. So, I tell you what, just do me a favor. If you're not doing it already, just do it. It's like the cornerstone habit for fulfillment and happiness. Just get yourself doing daily gratitude. Not soon, not in a bit, a must. Do it. It's awesome. Okay. Please start your gratitude. So now we want to look into something different, which is starting something new. So when we are stuck in this story and we keep looking at the same photos and doing the same things and going to the same places, it brings up memories. You do something new. You start a new hobby. You join a new activity. You go hiking. You do something that is outside of yourself. You're just going to make yourself feel better. So just do that. Do something new. Do something that's fun. Actually, one of the next points is have more fun, right? Have more fun in your life. People don't have enough fun. Go have fun experiences, see people, do things with people, because ultimately that's going to really help you just enjoy your life again. You shouldn't have to be dependent on another person to give you the joy. All the joy you need is already inside of you. You just need to start doing things to help bring it out. That's really, really key. Make sure that you don't get in a relationship to fill a hole inside yourself, because you're already whole right now. Next, focus on something outside of yourself. What do I mean by this? Well, a lot of people, someone walking by. I apologize, that's slightly loud. So, that is quite loud. So, what's important is that, number one, no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. That happens. So, forgive yourself. And next is focus on something outside of yourself. So, let's say that you have entered into, I don't know, the life of focusing on yourself, and then you'll suffer. Basically, if you feel like you're experiencing pain and suffering right now, often it's because you're focusing just on yourself. If you can go outside of yourself, onto other people, you can start giving back, sharing with other people, giving back to your community, do whatever it is, volunteering, I guarantee you're going to feel so much better. You just will. It's a part of life. It is awesome. You'll be so surprised how just doing volunteering or doing something, giving back, is just going to light you up. Last thing. This is more difficult, however, this helps bring everything together. It's, why are you grateful for the experience? So when we go through these challenging times, often it's very difficult at the time in order to think about how it's a good thing. However, have you ever noticed that in life, even the bad things often serve us to some degree? Because it helps us look at our lives in a different way, or gain a different perspective, or do something different. So what I urge to you is to write down everything about why you're grateful for this experience. What are the learnings? What are the key things? Because perhaps what you've gone through now means that your future relationship, or everything that happens to you moving forward, is going to be so much brighter because you're aware of what you don't want. You're aware of different behaviors which are red flags. Whatever it is for you. With that said, I really hope that you can take some of these points and really make yourself feel much better right now, because you deserve it. You don't deserve to be in a rut and be stressed and be feeling rejected. Get out of your seat, shake that ass, and move yourself forward. I really hope you can start living a fulfilled life. I'll speak to you very soon, and I hope you enjoyed the video.